Hello, and welcome back to Suzerain. And before we start today's episode in the normal way we do, I would like to take a look at our collection. Holding this book is like touching the heart of a fallen poet. Each verse within it echoes with the grief and glory of a nation, and a solitarity voice silenced too soon. A gift from Walter Tusk. This box enables a distinct rich aroma of tobacco leaves, toasted in lesbian sunshine and rolled by the finest lesbian cigar makers. Each cigar within it speaks of power, wealth, and the complex intricacies of swordish and lesbian oligarchy. And the thing that just says I donated $5 to the creators of this game, basically. Unrivaled in prestige and distinction, the Volprizer Award is symbol of utmost achievement on the globe. Its radiant presence on our desk embodies a profound testament to extraordinary contributions, unwavering integrity, and the audacious pursuit of truth. Every shimmering facet of this award echoes with the influential actions of its holders, serving as a beacon of inspiration and a testament of those in their indomitable spirit. Woo! Yeah, that's me. Let's go. Yeah, indomitable spirit. Let's go. Alright, we've read this news, get that off of here, don't care. Okay. Let's start with Lochevin. Privatization in education. The new privatization plan of the Ministry of Education is in full swing, and the first dozen public schools have transitioned into for-profit organizations already after a public bidding process determined by the buyers. Minister of Education, Ciara Walda, said that only a small percentage of all institutions will be allowed to transition. It is expected that the ministry will gather a substantial amount of private funds from this initiative. True. Sarna. BFF and Bludish education in Bergia. Governor Felix Braun reports the discovery of Bludish freedom propaganda in most schools that teach the Bludish language. This highlights the BFF effort to recruit and radicalize young people in Bludish majority areas. The government is urged to take immediate action to address the BFF's recruitment strategies and further radicalization of young people. Governor Bond asked the lawmaker to introduce a ban on the Bludish language as a primary education language, and asked the government to properly enforce the national language of Swordland to everyone. Didn't you ask us to do that, but slightly different worded, like literally last time? Like, dude, calm yourself. HSU fire investigation suspended. A lack of further evidence from the investigation into the fire that occurred at the Whole Sword State University archives has caused the case to be suspended until further notice by the police and SID. The cordon has been lifted. Opening of the Binfi Festival. Our motorcade slowly made its way towards the magnificent Binfi High Art Center. Night was falling, and the festival was about to begin. I flipped through the brochure that had been given to us at the hotel. On the front page, there was the face of Curtin Lest, mayor of Amrica. He was a Binfi native who had a long-standing relationship with the city's current mayor, and had been personally invited to make tonight's opening speech. The Binfi Festival was one of the biggest events of the year. It originally marked the start of the annual religious pilgrimage, a weeks-long journey still undertaken by devout tourists. But today it was better known as a cultural celebration that drew thousands of revelers to the city. There were film screenings, concerts, theaters, dance performances, art exhibitions, and celebrity-studded night galas. The opening ceremonies were broadcast on TV and watched by millions. As the car slowed, a coterie of reporters and security guards rushed to meet us. I turned my attention to Monica. Since I refused to let her make the opening speech, her attitude towards me had changed. She now only spoke to me if I asked her a question, or if it was something important concerning the children. Are you still angry about my decision? She didn't reply at all. She clearly did not want to pursue this topic any further. As soon as Serge opened the door, we were enveloped by the roar of the crowd. The next few minutes were a blur of handshakes, photos, and reporter questions. The onlookers cheered as we walked the red carpet to the newly built art center. We followed the guards through the cavernous white halls until we came to a set of arched doors leading to the auditorium. We waited outside as security did a quick sweep of the area, then headed in. I had been asked to make a quick set of remarks introducing Curtin Lest. I begged Monica to join me on the platform. I'm gonna find my seat. Monica brushed past me, took her seat in front row, and crossed her arms. I walked alone to the podium. I spoke for just a minute, reading a paragraph my speechwriter had churned out about the importance of the festival and Binfi to Swordland. I concluded him by inviting Curtin Lesty, the mayor of Anrica, to the podium. I stepped down and joined Monica in the front row. Her arms were still folded. Welcome to the first day of the Binfi festival. He paused for a moment to let the crowd cheer. Woo! And his eyes briefly met mine. I'll nod. This is the night for the people of Binfi. Indeed, for the people of Swordland. To put aside their differences and come together in celebration. Yet as we unite for the festival, we must remember the real reason we are gathered here. The crowd fell silent. The people were giving their full attention to what he had to say. The festival is founded around the principles of our cherished religion, Nurti. Yet over the years, it has been severed from its sacred roots and become something else, something more perverse. An excuse for public drunkenness and grotesque displays of the flesh. An occasion for young women to parade their bodies and engage in lascivious behavior. As he went on, I could see Monica become increasingly agitated. What the hell is he talking about? Behavior? What century does he think we live in? I don't know. Just let it be. Monica turned back to watching the speak, a frown on her face. Perversion, hidden under the guise of art, is not benefiting the beautiful city of. The crowd was becoming restless. Many of the younger attendees were murmuring in disagreement, while a few of the older ones were nodding vigorously. As I said, perversion hidden under the guise of art is not to be. Enough! The hall fell silent. Monica rose and continued. Mr. Lesty, it is not young women who are disgraced to this festival, but you and your backward puritanical attitudes which have been holding this country back for so long. I'm not going to stop her. I stayed in my seat and watched the events unfold. Monica turned to face the audience, speaking loud enough to be heard without a microphone. Women of Swordland, we must not let people like Mr. Lesty use religion as a justification to demean and oppress us. Our time has come. Shocked gasps ran through the crowd. A few people rose and applauded. Curtin Lesty waited to speak. I think Miss Lesty, or Miss Rain is forgetting her place. What do you think my place is, Mr. Lesty? The kitchen? This festival is not about the retrograde traditions. We are living in modern times. It's 1954, and it isn't your place to decide how the people of Binfi, especially the women, should be celebrating their own festival. I'm not going to stop her. I kept watching in silence. I looked at the podium to the Curtin Lesty's piercing gaze on me. There would surely be a price to pay for this. Mr. President, could you please control your life before she embarrasses herself any further? Okay, I mean, you know what, Curtin? My wife is absolutely right. Monica looked at me, surprise registered on her face. Thank you, Anton. I turned to Curtin. Your task was to give an opening speech, not a moral lecture. I will finish my speech if you'll allow me, Mr. President. That's up to the people of Binfi, isn't it? I turned around to look at the crowd. The people immediately started booing Curtin. He ignored them and continued his speech. Binfi has always been a beacon of culture, tradition, and religion. Many battles have been fought over this precious city. Army after army has tried to claim it for their own, but we fought back and won each time. We stand here thanks to strong men who were able to protect their families, their lives, their way of living. Every day I praise God that we have succeeded so far. Scattered applause broke out from some of the older members of the audience. I leaned over to Monica. He sounds more like a priest than a politician. I do not like when the two collide. Yet the tradition that formed the very fabric of our society are being tested. Even as I speak, he looked pointedly at Monica. We must stay true to our values so that Swordland can prevail, so that Binfi can prevail. With those at forefront, I'm convinced that Swordland will continue to be the greatest nation in the world. I invite every single one of you to celebrate our roots and our traditions at the holy Binfi Festival. I hereby declare the festival open. Praise God, praise Swordland, praise Binfi. A Magna West Corps. Victor Sista, most of the people in the hall finished the decades-old saying, including me. Monica's lips moved, but she didn't say the words out loud. He exited the stage as the band struck up the official festival anthem. I spent the rest of the evening alternately watching the festivities and conversing with politicians. By the time we got back to the hotel, I was exhausted. But thanks to the festivities still raging outside, and the sound of Monica tossing and turning beside me, I couldn't sleep at all. Well, that went interestingly. Willen deploying special forces to Vernon. I mean, this looked like anyone even noticed, but okay, sure. Wishes Willen, President Smolek has announced that the city of Vernon has been put under curfew along with 7 other towns in the northeast of the country. The Wessex Army has deployed specially trained military forces to combat the military organization known as the Blue Dish Freedom Front. Willen has increased its efforts in fighting terrorism with aerial campaigns and ground operations targeting BFF militants and their hidden bases. This operation will surely have consequences for the region, particularly for the neighboring countries of Lesbia, Lemberg, and particularly Swordland, which has a large population of Bluish people living inside its borders. Yeah. So why don't you actually discuss with the other people first? Refugees of Vernon. Reports from our border and the Wessex city of Vernon show that there are about 1,000 people running away from Wessex military forces towards the Swordish border. Well, they're coming in. We've relaxed our policies, so here they come. Governor of Bergia reports hundreds of BFF collaborators. The governor of Bergia, Felix Braun, suspects the hundreds of Blue Dish Freedom Front BFF collaborators are living inside the air, posing a significant threat to national security. To counter this threat, the government has proposed a series of measures, including increased surveillance and intelligence gathering, as well as the deployment of additional security forces in the area, due to the extra authority vested upon him as the governor of the special zone. Some of these measures can be implemented by the government inside Bergia without the approval of the central government. The government has also suggested that community members be encouraged to report any suspicious activities or individuals, and that the government offer incentives for information leading to the capture of BFF members. The proposed measures raise concerns about potential violations of civil liberties, and recommended that the government follow the actions of the governor closely and ensure that he does not violate his authority as governor of the special zone. Dude, we literally, nationwide protests quelled. I think we're doing fine. You stop making a mountain out of a molehill. Okay, never mind. I just start talking. Gang violence increased report. The decrease of the police budget caused many police stations in the region to downscale. Since open warfare was declared between Skinner and the Curly cartel, the destructiveness of the raids have been increasing. Attempts on the police are becoming more and more brazen as well. The Minister of Interior reported that the corruption rate within the police court has doubled since the Seoul period, causing the situation to spiral even more out of control. Protests and looting. Protests and occasional looting continues in the region in August. The police reports that the violence has been minimalized and the situation is mostly under control outside the big cities. A third police force reports that several militants have been hiding among the protesters and being watched carefully. Great! This place is in complete chaos. Sounds good to me. So we'll just give this to Rumberg. No, it's in chaos anyways, right? I'm joking, obviously. Downtime at home. It felt like eternity since the Benfeed Festival. Had it really only been less than 24 hours? I was at home now, drinking an afternoon coffee. On my balcony. The stack of newspapers lay by my side. I picked them one by one, reading and rereading the articles about the festival. Papers. Once again, D&D stuff. Paper. Interesting. I don't know why I always do this. You can't see me. You just hear the sounds of paper and like, what is he doing? Some of the newspapers were mercilessly against Monica for interrupting Curtin during his speech. A few even called for her to be barred from political matters. Others expressed their support. In any event, I was relieved that the incident hadn't reflected too badly on me. I was putting the last newspaper down as Monica joined me on the balcony. Listen, can we talk for a bit? Of course, what is it? Monica sat and picked up the nearest newspaper. She pointed to a particularly insulting headline on the front page. I never in a million years would have wished for this, Anton. I just wanted to thank you for supporting me and apologize for creating such a spectacle. All I wanted was to bring the people of Sordland together, the way you're able to, but not like this. Her eyes were getting moist. A single tear fell on the newspaper. I leaned forward and wiped her tears from her eyes. She clasped my hand to her face. Oh, Anton. Her eyes filled with gratitude. I could see she'd slept as little as I had since the festival. Thank you. One more thing. You know how stubborn I am. Perhaps the festival wasn't the proper forum to air my views on women's rights. Yes, thank you. It wasn't. But I still need to do this, Anton. I agree. I don't know why you wouldn't talk to me. I agree, you should. My only thing I was against, genuinely, the only thing I was against was doing it at the festival. That's it. That's all I was against. It's good. You've made my job more complicated with your outburst, but I can't just not say something with how he was acting. He was a jerk. I want to officially adopt this cause as First Lady, to actually get involved in politics, not just give impromptu speeches. I could even help your education minister with those reforms she's working on. I know this is something you're passionate about as well. Can I count on you? Of course, my love. I'm looking forward to working closer together. Oh, Anton, this means so much to me. Monica hugged me tightly, and I felt some of the past days' tension melt away. Thank you. A noise came from the balcony door. We both turned our heads to see Deanna standing there. Mom, I'm hungry. Let's go to the kitchen, baby. We'll make Papa the best snack ever. Yay! They left the balcony and returned half an hour later with a large cookie. Deanna had written my name and icing on it. As I sipped my coffee and nibbled the cookie, I thought I had made the right choice. Things were going to get harder, but at least my life at home was somewhat peaceful. Yeah. Oh boy, here's the news stories coming up. Oh, never mind. This is also just about workers at a crossroads. Militarism versus Arcasianism capitalism. As foreign ideologies continue to premate our borders, Sordland's workers stand at a crossroads between Marxism, collectivism, and Arcasian capitalism. Both approaches present their own unique challenges to our traditional values and working class ethos. As Sordland carves its own path, it is crucial that our strategy centers on the protection of workers and promoting domestic industry. Striking a balance between economic progress and safeguarding the dignity of labor is a crucial task that lies beneath us. Who cares? Our growth is going up for the first time this playthrough. Let's go! Oh my god. Yes, as I said, I worship that growth bar. And for once, it's working. Let's go! Oh, that feels so good. Economists, skilled immigration, a catalyst for economic growth. Yeah, I can see that. As Sordland navigates its economic future, attracting top talent from abroad could be the key to sustained growth. A recent study revealed that skilled immigrants contribute significant to innovation, job creation, and overall economic development. Moreover, these talented individuals boost competitiveness, often filling roles in sectors facing domestic skills shortage. However, it is essential to balance this approach with investing in domestic education and training programs, thereby equipping homegrown talent to compete on equal footing. Of course, First Lady steps up. Benfey Festival is now in full motion, and the festival goers are enjoying the mini attraction setup. However, this year's Benfey Festival started eventfully. Mayor Leslie's opening speech was interrupted by First Lady Monica, who stood up to the remarks made by the mayor after he declared the festival activities perversions. The crowd absolutely loved the response from the First Lady, leaving the mayor embarrassed. Yeah, let's go. ATO's stability rocked by Quinal's potential departure. Rumbling from Quinal suggested an intention to abandon their ATO membership, reverting back to overseer status. Such a move could cause a significant shift in regional power dynamics and alliances, threatening the stability of ATO. The potential exit of Quinal not only poses questions about the unity and effectiveness of the organization, but also invites speculation about the wider geopolitical implications. As the potential exit looms, global observers are closely monitoring developments and bracing for the ripple effects the decision might have. So Quinal is the Republic of Quinal, and the ATO is the Arcasian Treaty Organization. Okay. Hidden cost of CSP-funded revolutions. While CSP-funded revolutions may promise progress, recent data reveals a more concerning picture. Countries experienced such upheaval witnessed an average 15% drop in GDP within the first 2 years. Moreover, 60% of these nations have also recorded a spike in civil unrest incidents. The reality often includes destabilization and significant setbacks in national development, further exacerbated to the reluctant socio-economic upheaval, the potential erosion of political stability. This has led many international observers to scrutinize the efficiency of the CSP's socio-political model. As nations grapple with the aftermath of such revolutions, it becomes abundantly clear that the path to development and reform is complex and fraught with challenges. The broader implications of these experiences underscore the need for more holistic and context-sensitive approaches to political change. To be fair, GDP is not actually a great indicator of actual growth. It can be quite off from reality commonly, but whatever. Economic report. The Ministry of Statistics, along with the Ministry of Economy and the Central Bank, have delivered a preliminary economic stats report detailing the recession is deepening and the financial system is headed towards a potential collapse if we don't take serious action. Minister Hull said the situation was dangerous. But our growth's going up. I mean, yes, it's been going down for a long time, but it is going up, which should be a good time. Arcatian Air Access. Urlori Air Base was expanded and currently includes an Arcatian Air Force complement of a few thousand airmen in addition to airmen for the Swordfish Air Force. In addition to having their own section inside, Arcatian Air Force is given general repair and refill access to the wider base. Oh, that's so close. I just want that to be done. It's only going to help more, and we're already doing good. I think this might be the best I've done in getting growth to go up this quickly. I think all the other runs. I've never bankrupted. I've never done like a complete fail run, but I have had some runs where it takes a while. Arcatian access to Urlori Base. Preparation began in Urlori Air Force Base to expand the hangars and restructure the security of the airbase in order to welcome Arcatian planes in the short future. Arcatian security and logistic professionals have already been welcomed to the base to work with Swordfish officials. Build Rumburg border fortifications. Weaknesses in the front line facing Rumburg could be mended with new fortifications. The military's voiced concerns about the cut of military funding and requested additional funds to plug the holes in the defenses at the Rumburg border to the north. Mr. Gallade advises us to accept the offer led by General Kruger. The mod will immediately begin implementation upon approval. Nah, we'll be fine. We don't need that. We're just like, why would we build anything? What do you have? BFF propaganda in sanctuaries. According to reports, a wide network of priests working directly or indirectly for the BFF was discovered in the area. Despite being state-sanctioned, many of these priests were discovered to be spreading separatist propaganda and call for a violent Galcanist uprising. Yeah, seems like things aren't looking that amazing, but I'm sure things will be fine. And we'll see how fine they continue to be in the next episode. So I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell button. And as always, peace.